I'm yelling. I'm yelling. Hello, I'm yelling. This, I'm yelling. That interesting wallpaper. I don't understand the reason for picking it, but I picked it regardless. This was sent to me by APOS. This is the Matrix Audio SPDIF 3, X-SPDIF 3. You gotta put an X in front of something if you want to be taken seriously. And it's a very heavy brick. And it does a very similar purpose to something else that's been on this desk for a while now. Well, actually, under this desk. It used to be on the desk, but now it's under it. That is a Singzer SU6 audio bridge. And it's essentially what this is as well, only Matrix made it. The Singzer is $600, also available on APOS. And what its job here is on the review area, if we come around the back, is my laptop, which is old. Old laptop. I don't want to plug a lot of different things into it. I want to plug one thing into it. So one USB cable goes down to the Singzer SU6 down here. And what the SU6 has in the back of it, if you go watch my review of it, you'll see in totality, is a bunch of outputs. So it's a digital to digital converter. And that was what Singzer made before they made the SA1. So the Matrix here, nothing on the front but an LED, nothing on the side, nothing on this side, a couple dip switches on the bottom, and then the back. You get a 12 volt, which is optional. You get an optional 12 volt plug. You get a USB in, and this is the large size A, I think, or B. I think it might be B. You get II2S out, optical out, coaxial out, and AES EBU out. And what I do with the Singzer on the desk here is I plug one USB device. Singzer's what's selected. It outputs to all the outputs in the back of the SU6, which is more than this. That one has two coaxials, or one coaxial and a BNC, which is another coaxial with an adapter. And then it has two II2S, and you can plug it into all your shit, and it's all perfect. This is a slightly more compact Matrix design unit. And the switches at the bottom are for the II2S configuration. Type A, Type B, Type C, and Type D II2S. Doesn't matter. Seems to work fine. I plugged it into the Musician Pegasus over there. This is the second run of this review, by the way. The first review, it was two parts. One part here, one part over by the speaker area. And for some reason, the image stabilization that the GoPro uses went reversed. So instead of me moving down and the camera like moving up to compensate, it moved with it. So it was insane and bad. In fact, I'll even link to it in the description below. Because if you want to watch a secret, never going to be publicized video where the fucking first 7 minutes are like insane, you can watch that. So I was using this not here. I'm using this over my speaker area because I've got the Singzer here. And frankly, I think if you're doing a digital to digital conversion, in this case from USB to any of these four outputs, the point is that you're getting a signal that isn't affected, like if you plugged it into your motherboard's output fiber optic, or if you had some sort of other device. I know I used a Topping D10S a lot. USB in, you get some RCA outs, and you get, coaxial and fiber optic out. The actual generation of the digital signal matters. Not as much as an analog signal would matter, but you still want it to be competent. This is going to be for someone who's got $5,000 in audio gear. If you look, here's how you do, calculate the math. If you calculate everything you've got, every headphone, every IEM, every amp, every DAC, every portable, if that equals $5,000, you can consider this. Doesn't equal $5,000? Don't. Just plug into whatever. I don't know how that works, but in my heart of hearts, it's how I feel like it should go. So they actually make an X-SPDIF 2 as well, which has I think I looked it up, and it has the exact same. Paz is playing Beat Saber over there. I'll link to Princess Paz's Twitch below. So this is the $500 one. The other one is the SPDIF 2, SPDIF 2, which is much uglier and $60 cheaper. And it has essentially the same things, including an AES, which is over there. So I'm not 100% sure, although it does use a larger USB and only a 6 to 9 volt instead of a 12 volt. So I don't actually know the differences. I know that when I was sent one, I was sent the newer one. Also, the Matrix Audio logo on this one is fucking weird. She's playing Beat Saber. Nothing like competitive. I guess let's Beat Saber is competitive. Yeah, love the MA logo here. That must be real old to have had that logo on it, because I've never seen a Matrix product with that thing. Weighs 1.1 kilograms, and I think this one weighs, hold on. Does it say the weight in it? Because this thing is a chunk. 2.2 pounds, which is, I feel like this is more than 2 pounds. This thing is just hewn from a solid block. In the previous review that I did and then lost, there was something else I talked about, and this is the sticker I'm putting on that, because the only things that matter are the back of that. These SMSL PO100AK and the PO100 Pro. Same thing as this, all right? But these are cheap. Under 100, I think. I haven't reopened the pages again. Let me put back the cool wallpaper. But the links are all ready to go, because that video is all ready to go until I watched it, and it's like... So what these are really, really cheap digital-to-digital converters. This one, USB in, coaxial, and optical out. And then RCA out. So this one's actually more money because it has an actual digital to analog converter, so it will give you the standard RCA outputs. My unit, this unit, extremely quiet. Like, not even half the volume it should be out of these analog RCAs. The digital outputs work fine. USB in, fiber optic out, coax digital out. Fine. No other options on this. It's a really clean box, glass fascia. Fine. This one, here's where it gets interesting. If you get the Pro, that's the AK. If you get the Pro, by the way, it says MQA. This one, USB in, optical out, just like that, coaxial out, just like that. But instead of an analog output, it's got an II2S output and a set of dip switches for mode 1, mode 2, and UAC1, UAC 2. So what this means, because it's a self-powered unit like this and relatively small, is you could do something like that, which I did do in the previous video if you watch it in the description. And you can then take your phone and then use that as a host and then get II2S and then plug this into a $50,000 DAC. Well, yeah, I wouldn't recommend that ever. $50,000 DACs are bullshit. But you can do this to get your coaxial, fiber optic, or II2S output for your fucking phone and then power your entire everything. You could run that for your signal for everything. I mean, I think you could do that here with this as well. The reason for the 12 volt is in case you use an adapter wire to go from a phone to the USB audio. This may not have the power to run this entire unit, so you'd need the external power supply, which this does not come with, but you shouldn't need something special. It's a positive center pole. So it's just a 12 volt adapter. I'll put that on later. These are very much more designed for, like, I would carry this as a backup. Like if I was doing an audio show and I had like my laptop, oh my God, my laptop got soda spilled on it and my digital to digital, and a nice one, my $500 got destroyed. Here you go. Extra. So you could travel with this and do all sorts of weird shit. I wish this one for mine at least didn't have the failure in the RCAs. I wish that came out full volume because it's really too quiet to use. But it could just be this one. I'm still going to recommend it, and hopefully you get one and it doesn't fail. If it does fail though, return it. So yeah, so we've got these two SMSL digital to digital converters, except for this one has a digital to analog converter, but that's why it's a little more money. And you got this digital to digital converter, and you got the Singzer down there. I'm pretty sure she's playing Tourette's simulator over there. Baby, you have Tourette's over there now? Good. I'm gonna go put this back where it belongs in the speaker testing arena, because what it's gonna do is my computer over there, instead of having that have, I actually never had a sound card in that. I just had a topping D10S or topping D10S balanced. So now it'll have this, and then I can use the optical on a splitter for a bunch of stuff. The coaxial over there, so I could run it with a 12-foot cable, 20 sort of extra things. Although I really should now dedicate an AES EBU. Oh, I actually have a cable. RIcables, which is the Italian company, sent me this. This is a high-end Italian-made. I say high-end. They came to me and says, "Hey, we want to send you wires." I'm not going to say no to Italian-made wires. I don't know how much they cost. I will link to them in the description, but these are nice. In fact, I got another set of them here. for when I'm going to be testing the HM1, and a whole box of them. In fact, we've even got an HDMI cable that they sell, Italian made, so we can go into the I2S. Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah. This is looking sweet. Anyway, I'm gonna move this over to the speaker arena, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so.
I can't be responsible for what I say.
You're fine. Anyway, the light currently is yellow. It will turn green if I have Source playing through it.
Oh,
you can
fucking bitch, fuck, cunt!
It,
God damn it!
It's fine. Sticker applied.
Street going, fuck, my, so mad.
Anyway, I'm gonna place this under here where you actually can't see the sticker, but I'll be able to see the color of the LED. And the way it's currently wired, coaxial digital here to a splitter, which actually probably removes the benefit from it, but the fiber optic is going here to optical 1 input on the boot-cart hub. So that can permanently stay wired up for the A700s. The coaxial can go down, get split. I'm going to get an AES wire that'll reach to the middle of the room, and I get a fiber optic wire that'll, or a HDMI will reach to the middle of the room. So let's go around. You're good right over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Yeah, so there, I shocked it. Probably not good. All right, so that's where that sits. And that is in charge of feeding everything but the surround sound. 9 Inch Nails, good. Beat Saber that. Patreon subscribe so support this channel.
Oh, enjoy. Thank you so much for being here.
See reviews early, participate in yard sales, 1st to the 10th of every month.
If you want to plug your channel in the chat, go for it, man.
Who's plugging what in? Oh, me? I don't know who she's talking to. Okay. Yeah.
No, put it in the chat. Do it. We might want to join you.
I don't know who she's talking to. She's talking to me.
Put it in the chat.
Patreon subscribe so support this channel. See reviews early, participate in yard sales. $10 a month gives you a private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat, which also gives you access to a lifetime swap meet channel. You can buy, sell, and trade gear. And don't forget to check out Hi-Fi Guides. Big thank you to A-Post for sending that out. And RIcables for sending me expensive Italian cables, even though I don't endorse expensive cables, but they look cool. Oh, this is going to be very yellow because I didn't change the color. Oh, and it's going to be dark as hell too, isn't it? It's very dark. No, actually, no. Didn't. Hold on. Wait. I've got a... I have to filter. There you go. That's better. Still yellow, but cool, cool, cool.
So if you guys want more of this sexy voice that you can hear, go follow him.